Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special shout out to our sponsors, the Oaks of Lebanon and Shortstop Burgers, Shakes, and Fries. For more information on Shortstops and their excellent burgers and fries, go to southpawspizza.com. And for more information on the Oaks of Lebanon Retirement and Assisted Living, call 541-258-7777. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I am ready to roll. Hello, everybody. It is a happy Monday morning on Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. So glad to see everybody here. And it's going to be a great day today. It really is. You know why? Because I have an amazing guest on today, Mr. Tim Sohn, my good friend, who is just an amazing individual. And we're going to talk about something really exciting that's just about to happen. And he's going to give you more information on that. But first, just wanted to remind you, my name is Russ Hedge, and this is Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Every Monday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we are here spreading smiles and joy and happiness. And, because I am all about inspiring and encouraging you to live a purpose-driven life of significance. That is really my purpose and my why in life. I want you to be a world changer. I want you to be a difference maker. I want you to do amazing things. So many people say, Russ, but you just don't know what I'm going through, what things are going on in my life. And I say, you know what? That's true. I don't. And there could be some crummy things going on, right? But the truth is life happens and then we choose. We choose what we're going to do with that. And no matter what we're dealt, good or bad, we get to choose where we go from there. So why not? Since it's up to us, why not make a choice to make it good? Why not really move in a positive direction? And so as I'm banging and clanging things, so anyway, yes, so I am just really, that's me. I'm the positive guy. So I am an inspiration specialist. I'm a marketing coach. I can help you in that area. I'm a live streamer, as you can see. I love to do that. I even produce live streams now. And I am an author of Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose. Got to get those hand motions down. Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose. There you go. And so you're all looking good out there. That's awesome. Way to go. So anyway, now that you're all looking at the screen going, can he really see us out there? You never know. Technology is an amazing thing. I could be watching all of you right now. So anyway, all right. Well, listen, I'm just so glad to be with you. And I'm so glad to have Tim here. We're just going to get the party started and bring him in because I think I've said enough about me. And here comes Mr. Tim Sohn in the house. Hello, Mr. Tim.
Hello, Mr. Russ Hedge. How are you? I'm wafting hearts your way.
The love is just emanating from you.
Yes.
If it, I don't know if it's just me, but it just seems like hearts are floating out of you. It's just amazing.
They are literally just floating. Yes, absolutely.
Just floating. And there you are in the middle of nowhere.
Yes, in the freaking middle of nowhere. Absolutely. In Pennsylvania. with the bears and the turkeys, as I like to say.
The bears and the turkeys. All right.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, you bet. You bet. Well, you're invited on anytime. You're such a good friend, and you are welcome to jump in with Marketing with Russ anytime. You and I had talked because you have something really special coming up. And so I really worked hard to make a slot so that I could get you on ahead of time and you could tell all the peeps what's going on. And it's an important thing. So I want you to have time. So let us know well, just tell everybody first
We're
that doesn't know
dancing.
you, which is virtually nobody, who you are, and then tell us what's going on.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much again for having me, Russ. Everybody, my name's Tim Sohn. I'm a husband. I'm a dad to two kiddos. I'm a live stream producer as Russ Hedges. I'm a 15-year leukemia survivor. I started sharing my story in June of 2021. I am the host of Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer, a weekly live stream show where we give people space to share their personal journeys of living with cancer or supporting people who live with cancer. And it's an opportunity for people to show up and connect with each other and share their journeys. That show is going to be episode 18 coming up as part of the event I'm going to be telling you about here shortly. So that's a little bit about Tim Sohn, live stream producer and leukemia survivor, and just all about community, building relationships, impact, lifting hearts through the screen to you, to Russ Hedge, all the love.
Love. Hey, listen, that's what I love about you, though, truly, is the fact that with all that you've gone through, you've kept such a positive attitude. With all that you've gone through, you've really made a point to make a difference in the world and really share in this. The live stream you have with Kara, sharing people sharing their stories about cancer is such a great show on of itself. And it seems like you just started that show and you're on episode 18 already.
Yeah, and I'm so honored that as part of this event that's coming up on March 7th or March 8th and 9th, which goes from 6 p.m. Eastern time to 6 p.m. Eastern time, March 8th to March 9th. It's called Open Your Hearts and Wallets for Blood Cancers. It's part of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Man and Woman of the Year philanthropic competition. It's a 24-hour fundraiser. We'll be able to interview the parents and some of the children as well will be joining us as part of the Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer show during those 24 hours, which I'm just honored to be able to do during the event.
Right. It's so many people have had cancer touch their lives in just incredibly tough ways. I lost my dad to lung cancer. I've had good friends. Our pastor that I was on staff with for years, his grandson, and our really good friend's son had leukemia, and my niece's son, so that would be my great nephew, I guess. He also had leukemia, and I
Oh, wow.
watched them go through the process of having to deal with that, and especially when they're really young, it's really tough. It's tough on anybody. I
Yeah,
mean, that
absolutely.
it's tough on anybody, but it's just watching that is just really heart wrenching.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So it's nice to be able to provide that space on the show so people can share those stories. And it's not always easy to share those stories, but we find that people, after sharing those stories, we find that people are able to connect with people who show up in the comments of the show and find people who can relate with each other. And sometimes people who haven't shared their story before, even people in the comments, are starting to share, even just in the I shouldn't say just in the comments, right? They're sharing publicly even for the first time about their perspective and their connections on cancer, which can be healing in a way for people. you know.
I think you can. I mean, people want to support people that are going through rough times. So tell everybody a little bit about your journey with leukemia.
Yeah, so I found out 15 years ago when I was in my 20s that I had leukemia. I never had any major medical problems before that. I had some purple blotches on my legs. I went to my primary care physician. They did some blood work, and as I was leaving the parking lot, they called me on my cell phone and said, "You need to go to the hospital right now." So I was in the hospital about a week, and in that time period, they diagnosed me with chronic leukemia. So I have to take oral chemo medication for the rest of my life. I'm super grateful that I found out in December that I'm cancer free, at least for right now. Let's hope it stays that way.
Yes.
So thank you. Um, so I've been very blessed that I've never really been extremely sick from side effects of the medication or from the leukemia. Uh, but I've had cancer for 15 years, and
Wow.
and I started sharing my story in June. Yeah.
I think that was on Jenny's show, wasn't it? Jenny Gold, that you first released that story.
Yeah, shout out to
Another,
Jenny Gold for giving
yeah,
me that
another
space.
person. Yeah, that's right. And she's another one that's really inspiring with all she goes through. And
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, you two are like on the top of my prayer list, definitely, because, yeah, I mean, but then again, you both are also great examples of putting a positive foot forward and making the best out of your life, because the hand that was dealt to you is what was dealt to you. I mean, that's what you live with. And so your choices are help other people and do what you're doing, or to just, sit around and wallow in, misery. And that doesn't sound like a very good choice.
No, that's definitely true. And one of the things that I've discovered, Russ, in becoming in sharing my story is that you really connect with other people that have gone through. Everybody's story is different. Nobody's story is exactly the same. But I find that there's a special connection between people that are cancer survivors or even that have some connection to cancer. And so many people have some connection to cancer, whether they're a survivor or they have a family member that's a survivor or a family member has passed from cancer. I just feel there's a special connection between people that have connections to cancer. Um, and I'm just so grateful that I've found that throughout this journey that I've never expected, because before these 15 years, I never reached out to other cancer survivors, or they haven't reached out to me, before sharing my story. And I think it's because that I've never been really sick, and I've kind of felt guilty in a way that I've felt for the most part normal. And so I'm like, who am I to do that,
Well, everybody deals with things differently, for sure. And
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, you've been blessed with not having as bad as far as the symptoms go, but it still is what it is, and you're still
right.
doing, and there's really, I think, there's really a mental, and there's really anxiety and a mental challenge with all of that. Just hearing you have cancer is a big deal, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then when you find out you don't have cancer, there's a whole mental thing around that as well.
I'll bet, and that's
Y-
that's the woohoo.
Yeah, there's a
Oh,
woohoo, but then there's all sorts of, it's almost like a reevaluation of your life
right.
as well.
Well, because part of that might be too, you're excited, but then you're thinking the truth of it is it's always kind of lurking, right?
Exactly. You're like, what if it comes back? Like, what do I
Right.
want to do right now before it comes back?
Exactly. Well, and shouldn't we all have that perspective?
Hmm.
When you're talking perspectives on cancer, but shouldn't we all have a perspective like we should make the most out of life now? Because we don't know if we have tomorrow.
Russ Hedge, live the life you choose.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, I just think that it is a lot of times we just kind of fritter and waste the life away sometimes, And I just am so thankful for friends like you that are really taking a stand and doing positive things and making an impact, because not everybody is like you, Tim, that's going through the journey, right? Some people are really sick. Some people are really going through a lot of pain. I know at the end of my dad's life, he was in horrible pain, and that was hard to see. Um,
Sure.
and so, sometimes people go through different circumstances, but it's really hard on everybody, not just on you. It's hard on your family. I'm sure your family took it really hard. I'm sure it was not easy on your wife when you told her, what's going on.
Yeah, that's actually a funny story because my wife wasn't my wife when I was first diagnosed. We had just actually started dating, and there's hard decisions to make when you're diagnosed with cancer. And one is when you first start dating someone, when do you tell them that you have cancer? And so I hadn't told her yet. And so there was a appointment slip on the refrigerator that said the name of my oncologist group, something oncology. So she discovered it on the refrigerator, blah, 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 oncology. So she asked me about it. And that's how she discovered that I had cancer. She asked me about the oncology slip on my refrigerator.
Oh, brother. And then
Yes.
you're like, oops, should have told her sooner.
Yeah, and we hadn't even been dating that long. But how do you decide when's the right time to tell someone that, right?
Right.
This is an example of decisions that you need to make when you're diagnosed with cancer.
Right. Well, and I know that it's easier said than done, but I've always been the attitude, especially when rough things are going on in life or things happen, just to tell people right away. That's the way I
Yeah,
am. But I've never had to tell somebody I have cancer. So, I mean, that's a
right.
different situation. But,
Yeah,
sometimes it's better just to get it out there,
yeah.
and hope then they don't have to find the stuff on the refrigerator.
Exactly. Just
And
just
she
like you
still
said.
married you, Tim. She still married you.
That's true. Very true.
She just felt sorry for you. No, I'm just kidding.
Ouch. Ouch. I think I have to go
No.
now. I'm just kidding. Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
no. Well, so the event is 24 hours.
24 hours.
And tell us some of the people that are involved. Some of the people that are involved in the event. Tell us what's going on there.
Yeah, absolutely. So the event launches 6 p.m. Eastern Time on March 8th. Rachel Druckenmiller will be gracing us with her presence at the launch. Uh, Pamela Formica from the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society will be joining us. The entire team that I've been working with, people who've been volunteering with, who are amazing, will be joining us. We'll be showing some amazing videos with stories of leukemia survivors during the launch. And then the second hour, you will find out what you can win if you monetarily donate during the 24 hours. There have been amazing businesses and individuals who have donated products and services that in the last hour of the event on the second day, we'll have a drawing. So the second hour, you'll find out what you could win. And then the third hour, there will be the interview with myself and with the mother of, her name's Laura Rappa, of the mother of McCoy, who's the Girl of the Year for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society for the Lehigh Valley here. So that will be the episode of Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer that night. That will be followed by Dorothy Odell will be having a conversation with a cancer survivor, followed by Nancy Barrows and Brian Schulman, followed by many others throughout the 24 hours. Yeah, so to find out more information about the launch of the event, you can go to launch.perspectivesoncancer.com. To find out more information about the event in general, you could just go to my LinkedIn profile, just search for Tim Sohn. I'll be putting more information over there. And releasing more information over the next few days. Yeah.
Okay, so launch.perspectives on cancer.com.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we are going to put that up here for everybody. Did I spell that right?
Launch.perspectivesoncancer.com. Perfect. Thank you, Russ.
There you go. Yeah, you bet. I could actually type and do that at the same time. That's amazing.
It's amazing. Yes.
I know. Yes. Well, I am just a huge supporter of yours and all you're doing. And I'm definitely going to be showing up as I can to watch things going on. I wish I was able to do more, but I a huge supporter of all that you're doing. And I just think when people give of their time and are willing, I mean, it just shows what an impact you've had already. Because look at all of these people who have lined up to be part of this, to use their live streaming platforms and skills to do that, and bring in different stories. Because the more people you get involved too, the more stories you hear, the more people they are able to reach out to. And that's amazing. That's amazing. What is the biggest? What's the biggest tear-jerking story that you've had on, or impactful story, I should say, on perspectives on cancer that you and Kara have had so far, as far as guests?
The biggest tearjerker story?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's so many, Russ. There's so many.
I know it's hard to talk about tear-jerking stories when hearts are floating out of you, but I mean, really, there's got to be like think of what impactful stories really stuck with you. I'm sure they're all good. I realize that, but just what comes to your mind?
We recently had an interview with Josh Tehan, and his son was diagnosed with leukemia at age 3. And that interview is especially impactful, I thought. And I encourage you guys to go back and check out the replay. And
where did they do that, by the way? Where did they check out the replays?
You can go to the Sohn Social Media Solutions YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
that
right.
one. I mean, I really need to think about that question. That's a great question, Russ Hedge. Oh my gosh. We're also going to be showing a video from the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society during the launch that is a real tearjerker that has not been shown before. I'll just leave it at that. But
okay. All right. Well, yeah. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, because I know that there's so many impactful stories. And really, I just want to say, Tim, as we're wrapping up, I just want to say that you have been an inspiration to me and so many people. You are impactful all of your own. And I just want to thank you for being my friend. Thank you for all that you do. Hashtag 1000 thanks. Okay, got that there? Everybody's got to be using that to be thankful for Tim and everybody doing so many great things, honestly.
And for Russ Russ.
Thanks to everybody. When we started that back on Thanksgiving, is just to remind people to be thankful, right? And what better thing could you be thankful for than people that are willing to devote their life and their time to an issue that's so important like this? So I just want to really thank you, Tim. Hey, tell us what you want to leave everybody with. Give us your last words, and let everybody know how they get in touch with you.
Yeah, my last words are just a thank you. Thank you to everyone who has and will show up over the next few days to support this event. There are 14 live streamers that are giving of their time and talents and hearts on this event. There are people that have been sharing this event and commenting and engaging, and people that are donating products and services. There are cancer survivors that are going to show up and share their stories, and supporters. And I'm just overwhelmed and flooded with emotions and thanks and love and gratitude for all of you. So I want to say thank you. You can reach me on LinkedIn is really the best way. You could email me at tim@sohn, socialmediasolutions.com. Longest email address ever. But I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm everywhere. Or you'll just find me live streaming somewhere, most likely. That's the best way to, you'll just find me somewhere.
Well, there you go. And your LinkedIn has been scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and it'll be in the show notes and all the information there. And so, yeah, hey, Tim, listen, thank you. Thank you so much for being here today. Great way to start the week. And this is going to be an awesome event, an awesome week. And thank you so much for all that you do. And we will keep spreading the love, man.
Love you, Russ Hedge. Thank you.
You too, Tim Sohn. You bet. All right, I'm going to wrap things up. Hang tight in the green room. See you in just a minute. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in today. Oh, my goodness. I think we can't top the last show until we top the last show. And Tim is such an amazing individual. You know, it gives me inspiration to get out there and do incredible things. And that's what I want you all to do. Like I said, my purpose is to inspire and encourage you through people like Tim to be a world changer, to be a difference maker. Tim is definitely a difference maker because he's just taken a step forward. He's utilized the hand that was dealt him in a positive way and be able to impact others for positive. So listen, get out there today. Be positive. Remember, we're here every Monday and Thursday on Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie, with amazing people who connect every Monday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Love to see you. Until we talk again, have a great day and a great life. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.